Great to have you back. Your VMI cadets traveling to the Citadel. They'll be playing Saturday at 2 p.m. Carried on the John Fredericks Radio Network, WLES AM 570 and 97.7 in Richmond and Central Virginia, WPMH AM 1010 and 100.1 FM, and that is in the Hampton Roads area. The kickoff is 2 p.m. Our pregame show starts at 1:30, so you want to check us out for that. We always have a good time. Citadel, big game. VMI going into the game 1-1 in the SoCon, 2-3 overall. The Citadel, though, same record, 2-3 overall, 0-1 in the conference, and VMI putting up another 36 large on the scoreboard last week, playing Wofford. Joining us now, the man of the hour, Coach Scott Wachenheim, head coach VMI Keydets. 10 toes down is his saying. Hashtag 10 toes down. Coach, great to have you.
It's good to be on, John.
Everybody's excited when you play the Citadel. You had some. It's been a couple tough seasons playing them, but now you got the same record. They're 0-1 in the conference. You're 1-1. Another big offensive performance last week. Tell us about this game and how you guys are situated.
Well, it's the Military Classic of the South. We're going down to Charleston, South Carolina to play the Citadel Bulldogs. You know, they've won every competition since 2002. They've brought home the Silver Shako for 12 straight years, and we're highly motivated to go down there and win that thing and bring it back to Lex Vegas. They're a triple option team, a traditional triple option team under center, and you know, we're an air raid team and throw it around, so two contrasting offensive styles. We have similar defensive styles, and, you know, their special teams play has been excellent. They've got an excellent punter and an excellent kicker, although their punter was injured last week, but I'm sure he'll be back and ready to go against us. And, you know, it should be a great ball game, sold-out crowd. We're bringing our freshmen down there, affectionately known as Rats, and you know, I think the atmosphere is going to be electric. If you can't be there, you should watch it on TV. And, you know, every time we've played them, it's been just two teams with young men putting their hearts out and giving everything they got for their schools.
Oh, it's always the game with the two big military academies meeting. Tell us about the game last week. I mean, you guys put 36 up large on a pretty good defense.
Yeah, you know, Wofford's traditionally been one of the top two defenses in the Southern Conference, and you know, I think we're doing a good job on offense. Really, you know, our offensive line is doing the best job it's ever done since I've been here, blocking the run game, and you know, we came off and ran the ball for a lot of yards in that game. A lot of it's also Alex Ramsey just, you know, running through tackles and, you know, being the type of runner that he was in high school, and I think he just had an unbelievable offseason preparing. And, you know, has been practicing extremely hard and has really done a great job running the ball for us this year. And it's paying dividends because it's, you know, it's opening some pass lanes up for us to throw to. We hit a couple big play-action passes, really impressed with freshman receiver Leroy Thomas, just a tough, hard-nosed kid from Roanoke, Virginia. And, you know, he's playing through some minor injuries and just continues to make plays. And, again, he wants the ball, and then also Jake Harris, another receiver for us, is just doing an excellent job. He's a true sophomore, you know, from PA, and, you know, just a big, tall receiver that's doing a great job for us. So, and of course, you know, there's Sauce Udinsky leading the show back there, and Reese, again, is putting the ball on the money. He's got 0 interceptions on the year, set a SoCon record this week for most passes in a row without an interception. So, fired up about the way those young men are competing.
Let me ask you something, Coach. Even last week, I mean, he had 38 attempts, 25 completions, threw for a couple scores, no interceptions, hasn't had one this season. When you look at somebody with no interceptions, you're basically thinking running team, triple option, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but he's slinging the ball all over the field. His accuracy and his decision-making has been exceptional. I mean, you've got to be like shocked by that. Not shocked at that what I just said, but the fact that he's got all these passes without throwing a pick.
I'm not shocked by it because I know how hard Reese prepares and works, and you know, I get to see him every day at practice. So, you know, definitely pleased by it, but not shocked.
How much of that do you attribute to your O-line?
I think it's a combination of teamwork. I think it first starts with a great offensive scheme, devised by Coach Brian Shepard, our offensive coordinator, and Billy Kosh, our wide receiver coach. Kyle Jolly coaches our O-line. Anthony Davis, our running backs, and Chris Moore is our tight end special teams coordinator. So I think they put together good schemes every week, and then it also is a tribute to Reese and his work ethic of studying tape and paying attention to the little fine details of things and knowing when to take a shot and put it out there for our receivers to make a play, and then knowing when to check it down or throw it away. So it's a combination of everybody doing their job and doing it efficiently and doing it well.
What do you think of the Citadel's run game, and how are you going to stop that?
I think the run game is outstanding for the Citadel, and Brent Thompson does an outstanding job. And being an old wishbone offensive tackle at the Air Force Academy myself, and actually coordinating a wishbone, flexbone style of offense at Rice University, you can't stop that run game. You hope to slow it down. You hope to contain it. You hope to not give up any explosive plays. And, you just keep tackling the fullback, taking the quarterback in the pitch, and, you hope eventually that they make a mistake and put the ball on the ground, or one of their linemen miss a block, gets them behind the chains. Another thing that you try to do is get the early lead in the game and make them play from behind, and hopefully they get a little bit nervous and take some shots they're not used to taking. But I got to take my hat off to Coach Thompson. He is the most patient play caller that I have seen in a long time. The last play caller I saw that was that patient was Jack Crow when he was the offensive coordinator at the University of Arkansas all the way back in 1989.
So he's just willing to wait it out, wear you down, basically.
Exactly. And, most people aren't like that way. They get frustrated and they want a big play, but Brent is very patient. And, again, I'm very impressed with them, and I'm very impressed with their offense. I think they do a great job. I really like their quarterback, Brandon Rainey. They've had explosive plays in the throw game. They got this receiver, Raleigh Webb. He's only got 7 catches, but he's got 6 touchdowns. And he's fast. He's a 10,900-meter dude with good hands, and he just goes out and blocks like a stud. But then when he gets a chance to catch the ball, man, he catches it and goes. And the quarterback Rainey is extremely accurate passer, over 60% completion rate, and been very impressed with the way they're executing their offense this year.
What are you looking for out of your D-line? One of the issues that you look at this game and that the Citadel is just going to, like you said, the coach is patient. They're just trying to wear you guys down. And we always get to the end of some of these tough games. It's like, okay, VMI just doesn't have the depth. They don't have the weight up front. They don't have the depth. They get worn down. That's what you're going to have to deal with on Saturday. What's your plan for that, Coach?
Well, number one, you got to do your job. And, in the defensive line, your job is to take the fullback most of the time. And, the second thing is you got to have pad level. You got to get your pads down. You got to play with pad level. And you got to be mentally tough. And you got to be physically tough, because it is, for lack of a better term, a mosh pit in there. They're coming off the ball hard and low with their ears pinned back. And, you got to come off hard and low with your ears pinned back. It's a war of attrition. It's a battle in there. And, a lot of people don't want to play that, and you got to be willing to do that and keep fighting and, and stay on the field and grind through it. And then we do have to play a couple deep, and we got to be physical and mentally tough. There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut home. You got to be willing, like Tom Petty says, I won't back down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, that's the attitude you have to have. Look, for those listening to us right now that are in VMI Keydet Nation, this is one of those games where I know it's tough to get to Charleston on a Saturday, but we love to get a really strong fan contingent there. I know we always have a pretty big turnout in Charleston, but this season is a little bit different, Coach. This is a big game for you guys. You guys can win this game. You're 3-3. You're going to be 2-1 in the conference. Right, if you can win this game, and it's like the kind of the East Tennessee game. this game really can be a defining moment for what I think is going to be a defining season for VMI. And I just love you to give a shout-out to our fans and see if we can get as many people out there as we can.
Well, I think the fans have already turned out, and, again, the Corps is going to be down there. Our Rats are going down there, and really thankful that General P and Colonel Wanovich decided to do that. The Citadel brought their knobs up here last year, and it just really made for a great atmosphere. It's family weekend for the Citadel down there. So there's only, I think, 100 tickets left. So if you want to go to the game, which you should, because it's going to be an awesome atmosphere, you better buy your tickets like right now. You better start getting online and buying them. But otherwise, watch us on television and cheer for us. But I do believe this is the best VMI football team that I've had the privilege and honor to coach. I know from the newspaper article, Bobby Ross agrees with me, and he knows football. Mm-hmm. I think we got a special team, but I think Citadel does too. It's going to be a heck of a battle. After we win the game, if we're blessed enough to do so, we'll be in great shape in the SoCon. Most of the time the SoCon champion has one loss, and we'll be sitting here at 3-3 with Sanford coming to town. But this game in and of itself for us is a season. We've got to turn this back into a rivalry by winning it. There's a military classic of the South, a trophy's on the line, the Silver Shako. What could be better than that? Playing football for a trophy in the military classic of the South against your rivalry, and that's what college football's all about.
Well, and we got 100 tickets remaining. Let's go to Charleston and let's really have some fun here. Let's show VMI. Let's show the Keydets our support. Still got 100 tickets left. Go to VMIKeydets.com. You can get them there, VMIKeydets.com in Charleston. The kickoff is 2 p.m. in Charleston against the Citadel. Our pregame show on at 1:30 p.m., so you want to be able to do that, 1:30 p.m., and that'll be on WLES AM 570 and 97.7 FM in Richmond and Central Virginia, and in Hampton Roads area, that's AM 1010 and 100.1 FM, and you don't want to miss that. VMI wins this game, Coach. Just like you said, you'll be 3-3, 2-1 in the conference, and actually have a shot to win the conference. That's how big this game is. I can't believe we're 6 weeks into the season, and we're saying, hey, VMI Keydets have a shot, a legit shot, to win the 2019 SoCon Conference. Pretty cool, Coach. Pretty cool. 10 toes down.
10 toes down, John.
Good luck Saturday. John Fredericks Radio Network, Trucking the Truth.